A record-breaking 2.7 million migrants have been encountered at the southern border fiscal year 2022. That's data released from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. But some say the number of illegal aliens crossing into the United States is actually way higher. And one new film is hoping to raise awareness about our open border and just how bad and inhumane things are. Take a look.
Border Patrol is finding dead bodies constantly, especially in this county. The sheriff of this county says he has over 160 dead bodies so far. So much for the Biden policies being humane.
And I want to bring in filmmaker Chris Burgard. He was most recently behind the Capital Punishment documentary, which our viewers have seen right here on One America News. And now this new one called Defend the Borders and Save Lives. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm glad you can join us. Tell our viewers about this new film, Exposing the Truth, a joint project with United West and JEXIT. It's actually part of a bigger project that includes Tom Homan, the former ICE director under President Trump. I mean, he has over 35 years experience in law enforcement. He's committed to saving lives, and you're right there with him.
Absolutely. Tom is, first of all, for a guy to wrap around a series, this guy is amazing. He has 35 years of dedication to this country. My dad always told me if you want to get to know somebody, go to work with them or travel with them. And spending the summer up and down the border with Tom, I can tell you, working with him, he's just incredible. I mean, he is the tough guy with the big shoulders you've seen on TV, you know, punching the left in the nose. But he's also this hugely big-hearted family man that's motivated by saving lives. And he wrote a book after 34 years on the border called Defend the Border, You Save Lives. So what we're doing now, I made a 2-year commitment to Tom and to Defend the Border to bring the truth of the border to the American people, what they're not seeing on the Main Street news. My backstory is I got blacklisted in Hollywood 18 years ago when I made a movie about the border called Border. And I've kept up my relationships. I've done ops on the border with different law enforcement agencies. My rancher buddies are all still down there. I live here in Texas. So this connecting with Tom and I together to tell these stories has just been phenomenal because we're getting to tell the real stories of humanity from the border that everyone else has just completely missed.
You know, the Biden administration, they want us to believe that the border is secure, but how bad is the crisis? I mean, the illegal entry, the human trafficking, the drug trafficking, child exploitation, the rape crimes. I mean, I was fortunate enough to attend the screening of the film at Mar-a-Lago. And Chris, how can anyone deny the facts?
You can only deny the fact if you're purposely pushing an agenda to weaken this country. You'll see in even the first pilot episode, we had the most secure border in the nation's history, and it was purposely de-secured. And under Joe Biden, you know, in the first year, we've had 104,000 deaths to fentanyl that come across that border. That's more Americans than we lost in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Vietnam War combined. Under Joe Biden, we now have 266,000, over 250,000 unaccompanied children in the United States of America. His policies have made Joe Biden the largest trafficker of children in this nation's history. These are the facts that no one wants to talk about. I won't even get into some of the more evil things that you're going to see in this series.
We have an administration that's standing by and watching and letting this happen. What is the solution until we get a president who actually cares? I mean, Tom Homan has said that under the Trump administration, illegal immigration was at a 40-year low, down 83%, plus all the fentanyl that's coming through.
Well, there's several things that we could do. And first of all, I want to preface this with, if we had the political will to secure this border, from the sheriffs in the smallest counties on the border to Border Patrol and the military, we could secure this border within 2 weeks. That's a no-brainer. So the fallacy that we can't secure the border, that's completely crap. First thing we could do is we could use our own laws that are on the books to force the administration to follow the laws. They're not doing that. I live in Texas. We were a republic before we were a state. In Article 1, Section 2 of our treaty with the United States of America, they're supposed to defend us from foreign invasion. They're not doing that. You've had Sheriff Poe and several judges and several other sheriffs stand up in Rackville, Texas, and tell America that we are being invaded down here, and they're supposed to protect us from that. They've violated their contract with the people of Texas. So to get them to follow the law would be the first thing. The second thing, once we get somebody with more pro-American tendencies in the driver's seat, is we need to call out the cartels as what they are, terrorist organizations, and we need to declare war on the cartels. And that's huge because right now the cartels have operational control of our border. The United States of America does not have operational control of the southern border. And you'll see in this first episode, one of the things that's truly frightening is not only the number of military-age males we're running into, but actually the number of military males we're running into. We've interrogated guys down on the border that we've run into that we know they're military by the way they move, by the way they handle themselves. And under interrogation, they finally admit to us that, yes, they are either former or present military, but then they go silent and they get very evasive. I've never seen these kinds of numbers of folks coming in like this, military-age males, not in the 18 years of me working the border. And they're coming in from Cuba. They're coming in great numbers from Venezuela, Guatemala, Nicaragua. This is something that should concern Americans of all stripes.
Yeah, Chris, your film is eye-opening. I know our viewers are watching this and saying, well, where can I see this?
Well, I tell you what, I think our people are talking to your people, and I'm hoping that that very soon, just like our last movie, Capital Punishment, we're going to see it on One America and News. And not to blow more smoke up your butt, but I've been doing this a long time, and you guys are the only freaking network that seems to be seriously standing up for this country, not just giving the illusion of doing it. And I really want to applaud you all down there for having cojones grandes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. So hopefully our viewers will get to see it here, and it will be, you know, the home of One American News here. Chris Burgard, filmmaker of the new film, Defend the Border and Save Lives. Really, really eye-opening. As I mentioned, I saw it the day you guys premiered it. So thank you so much for doing what you do, and I'm so glad you can join us.
God bless.
God bless you.